Hi guys, welcome back to Miriam's Manor. It has been about 2 weeks since I seeded for the fall, so let me show you how everything is doing, and I've got a lot of new babies. Check it out. So welcome into Good Fruit Gardens. You can see that my flowers have just grown tremendously since the first or second video that I showed you when I planted them. This is my herb bed. I've got some little onion babies that are finally coming up. They just literally sprouted this morning, so it took like 17 days in order for them to germinate. And you can see these little green stems sporadically throughout this bed. So I'm hoping that more will come up in the next day or so. I also did plant some mint in this bed. And of course my basil is doing just as lovely as always. So I'm really excited because I'm actually beginning to prepare this bed to seed in it for the very first time. I won't be able to fill it all the way up with soil, so I'm planting vegetables with a little bit more shallow roots, and that will hopefully be seeded in the next day or so. So I could not be more pleased. All of the kale that I seeded germinated, and I am praying that they will stay and grow into beautiful big heads. Pretty much everything that I did seed a couple of weeks ago has already sprouted, as you can see looking down this row. So that's super exciting. And what's more exciting is my tomato plant is fully coming back. I even have a new little bud over here, but my flowers are beginning to finally come back on this thing, and honestly I thought it was a goner, as well as my cucumber plants, but they really have been coming back with me just kind of nursing them back to health. This was one of the ones that offered itself up that I did not seed for. It is starting to grow up a little bit. This guy, my largest tomato plant of all, is just barely beginning to flower. You can see the little bud right there. So I'm hoping that it will produce fruit this time around. And this little one as well is trying to come up. So we'll see what it does. Now, these are my carrots. I planted 2 rows of carrots, and they are coming up pretty nicely. I have thinned them out. And next I planted the butter lettuce, or the salad bowl lettuce, excuse me. So I've got like 6 of these that actually sprouted, and I think I planted 9, so a couple of them didn't end up germinating, but my spinach is doing fantastic. I planted the 3 rows, and everything that I seeded for the spinach actually came up. So again, praying that they stay. But this is what I am most excited about, my cucumber plants. I love, love, love cucumber, and I was devastated when my cucumber plants took a turn for the worse. So this is so exciting. This plant, since the last time I just filmed a couple weeks ago, you can see how large it's already gotten. And it is flowering again, such a good sign. So I have seen some of the male and female flowers on this at this point, so I'm really hoping to be able to get some fruit on this in the next several weeks. And lastly, my sweet potato is still hanging in there. Now, I've been waiting on this thing to flower. The potatoes keep pushing themselves up out of the earth. However, they have still been a little bit on the smaller side, so I just keep covering them with dirt, and I'm waiting for this thing to flower before I actually pull them up, because I was told that is the indicator for when your sweet potatoes are done, to wait a couple of weeks after they flower. So that's all I'm waiting on for those. But here's just a quick little final look at everything growing down the tunnel. You can see those leaves have completely covered the arch at this point. And all my little seedlings are doing great. So I hope you enjoyed that tour. I will be back in another 2 weeks to show you the progress of how everything else is doing and how it's still coming along. And until I see you next time, may your life and your garden produce good fruit.